Today is the need for spiritual wellness. Is one of the main goals that the mankind is aiming and hoping to achieve today is wellness. And bringing in the ancient wisdom of Sanatan Dharma, we know that unless this wellness, the building of wellness, is standing on the foundation of spirituality, it is very difficult to have a structure which is earthquake resistant, which is sturdy in many other ways, to last the fluxes of our times, the variables of our times. So we feel the necessity of calling the wellness as spiritual wellness because we, by pronouncing it that way, feel reassured, comfortable. One, we are connected with our roots, we are connected with our rich inheritance of rishis. The ingredients of this spiritual wellness can be taken from integral yoga. There are a lot of terminologies, there are a lot of conceptualizations around words. What we have to do is we have to use this viveka, this discrimination, to take out from that terminology the comprehension that is best suited for us, for our times. So, integral yoga to promote spiritual wellness. Integral yoga, as we understand, is a combination of karma yoga, bhakti yoga, and jnana yoga. And the word yoga in all the three, karma, bhakti, and jnana, yoga is a reminder that it is the union with the divine that we are wanting to establish. Now, many a times people think, people imagine, they try to classify, identify themselves that I am a karma yogi person, I am a bhakti yoga person, I am a jnana yoga person, which means I am going to be predominantly involved in karma, another person predominantly involved in jnana or a bhakti. But we are trying to take this concept in a slightly broader, slightly more encompassing, ultimately all-encompassing, to bring about the Purnam. We live in a day of 24 hours. Let us imagine that during the 24 hours, any person would be either in a karma or in a bhakti or in a jnana. That's our aim. if you want to move towards spiritual wellness, if you want to use the means of integral yoga, which means to reach a state where we can remember or stay connected with the divine for 24 hours. If we think why God has given us a 24-hour day, and our supposition is so that we remember him for 24 hours. We stay connected with him for 24 hours. God has given us those 24 hours, so there can be no moment of those 24 hours where we can even imagine that we are disconnected with the divine. But then why is it that many moments we use and we don't feel that we are connected with the divine? That's the relevance of restoring or bringing about spiritual wellness. So we have to assume that our aim is to remember God 24 hours, and we have three means to do so: karma, bhakti and jnana. So we could be either in karma or in bhakti or in jnana, but we have to stay connected with the divine. It gives us a psychological variety. It takes into account the man's need for a change. Rather than all the time in karma, all the time in bhakti, you can change gears. So when one is doing karma as karma yoga, what is the difference? Difference is you are first to remember God and then do the karma. That is the viveka that has to be used. That is the discrimination that has to be used. One has not to just do a karma. One has to ensure that that karma is a yoga compliant karma, which makes you, enables you to remember God. A karma which makes you forget God is to be avoided. So best is to do karma as doing for God, offering to God. All karmas. If one is tired, if one wants a change, one can convert to bhakti. Singing the praises of God, chanting, remembering, doing kirtan, physically or mentally. Devotion, bhava, bhava of a bhakta. With the bhava of a bhakta, whatever gets done is to be taken as bhakti. So the focus is on bhava. In the karma, the focus has to be on the karma also. Emphasis on the karma also. But here the emphasis is on the bhava. And then next is the jnana. You are about to sleep, you are tired, you want to relax. You can neither do bhakti, your spirit or your bhava also is slowly getting quietened. So you can then bring in the torch of jnana. Feel the Satchidananda. Feel that I am Brahman. Feel that all this is Brahman. I am the Atman. This Atman is Brahman. So the Gyan gets converted into mental action. In that sense, mental action is a karma. So Gyan and karma combine. In between, you may have a wave of bhava also. You may start chanting also just before sleeping. That's a bhakti. So bhakti is mixed with Gyan. Gyan is mixed with karma. Karma is mixed with bhakti. Karma is mixed with Gyan. It's like a musician giving a performance with a tabla and a harmonium. So all the three get combined. That should be the aim. By so doing, one is increasing the number of hours out of 24. You are increasing the number of hours when you are with the divine. You are remembering the divine. You feel one with the divine. And that one can call as spiritual wellness. A wellness which is making one taking one in the lap of the divine. That is spiritual wellness through the integral yoga. That can be an important or one of the more important or the most important outlook, and one can use it as the main parameter of measuring the available life, the available existence, and then feel that this spiritual wellness is networked with the other spiritual wellnesses, and this network is part of the divine Sachidananda. The divine Sachidananda as this network of spiritual wellness of which one is a part, that is called a progress. It's more a subjective, less objective, but beyond the subjective and objective, there is a direction, there is a pointer, there is a upliftment, there is a bliss which can be had even now, even today, in our own times. May God give us this realization. May we use this realization to march forwards and forwards. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.